Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our second all-time audit here at Howell Post Office on Route 9 South in Howell, New Jersey. This is the outside of the post office. Here we have a side access bay. Don't even think of park here. Never ever would park there. Oh no, don't park there. No parking between the signs. Here we have some of our local Grumman tactical mail delivery vehicles, because nothing says life like a Grumman mail vehicle. I don't think there's really too much back here. People cut through because there's no clear way to make a right on 9 at that intersection, but it just goes down. Here we have a friendly mailman cleaning out his truck for the day, and we're not going to go in there because, well, that's restricted. And don't even think about parking here. This is great, because you know what? I can almost guarantee at some point somebody's still parked there. And we got Mrs. Mail Lady over there emptying out the mailbox. Got some. I need a polarizer. But these, I guess, are the mail offices, if there is such a thing. Of course, never forget, all these audits are powered by and accompanied with Freedom Doggo. It's kind of late on a Friday. People might be doing what they want to do for the weekend, getting an early start on it. I don't know. We'll be back here because something tells me these guys are going to do all right. There we go. See, that lady knows what she's doing. She's creating her own privacy. It doesn't take much, ladies and gentlemen. Look away, cover yourself up, wear a mask, wear a helmet, wear one of those visors that creepy girl who was married, who was messing around with the LA Clippers former owner was wearing. It doesn't matter. If you want privacy in the public of these good old United States of America, you have to create it yourself. In private, those rules don't apply. But out here in the real world, forget about it. Good job, Freedom Doggo. Now, this post office closes at 5 p.m. It is approximately 3:45 or so. Silly me, forgot my watch, so I can't really tell, and I'm not stopping the recording to find out. We might go tonight. There's a pep rally at Giant Stadium for the kickoff of the 2024-2025 season. Now, I've never been to a professional football team's pep rally, but it is something to do. And don't worry, everyone. While I'm still learning about auditing and how to do this best, I have went ahead and ordered from a company who shall not be named, but is awfully prime at delivering things in 48 to 72 hours, a microphone from them. Because this way you people could hear me so much better. It's a slow day. Guys, I wish I was more talented. I would do a little dance for you. I would sing a little song. But broken old me is only able to do this thanks to ketamine infusions. I will be back in my wheelchair most likely next week, if not sooner. But while I am under the ability to move around without the RSD, reflex sympathetic dystrophy, also known as CRPS or complex regional pain syndrome, demon biting me, I'm going to try and do what I can to exercise and flex our rights as Americans. See, again, she created her own privacy. She turned away. Now, I'm going to sit there and think we usually got some pretty good people in these parts. This is a solid lower middle class town. A lot of blue collar, hard working people. Maybe, just maybe, we got... Oh, wait, no, they saw the camera and they ran. Like, no, we don't want any part of that. Come on, guys, it's only a camera. It is only a camera. Let's go inside, take a peek, enjoy some of this fine government air conditioning we're paying for the next hour or so, and let's see what happens, guys. Oh, the other thing is I also am getting a gimbal. I believe this place is open till 5 p.m. There's no hours. Well, let's go find our good friend Poster 7. There's your express mailing supplies, post office boxes. Let's see what we got over here. Now, tell me what the problem is with this. You got the rules and regulations of the post office being covered up by missing children. Obviously, missing children are very important, but so are the rules and regulations of the post office. All right, don't forget it's a crime, postal inspection service, equal employment, and do not, under any circumstances, bring any sort of firearm onto post office property. There's your different rewards for various assaults, but we all know what Poster 7 says right about there, where it talks about rules governing photographs on post office property. We got more P.O. boxes. I guess these are for rent. Almost $17 a month. We have some collection boxes for stuff. There's your self-service. And here we got some more certified stuff. Let's see. 5 p.m. So cool. We got like another 45 minutes or an hour. There's our days that we're not open. Pull.
Do this all the time, and then the next day it showed up.
Right. Yeah. Some of them they do.
How's it going?
They take it out with them.
Yeah.
He is one of them. There's
Oh,
another one.
just in case anybody's wondering, if you need to send express mail, those are the current rates as of now. It could actually go up sometime between now and the time we're publishing, but either way. they could send the stuff to Canada and other countries.
Too, because
Yeah, but it seems like you're kind of.
yeah, it's like all of a sudden, like my son's father-in-law used to be Mike McNamara, used to be
Matt, yeah, yeah.
He was our guy, you know,
Yeah.
never had a problem.
Little freedom doggo, I think he might be in the way.
I actually lost it.
I know, there's nowhere to tuck.
Bill. But he billed me, you know, obviously, because I missed the bill, and I missed the legal parties bill. I'm like having
Yeah.
issues, I'm not complaining, but like, I got a notice, they didn't charge me, either JCP&L or Fuel Portage. They just said, you have to pay right now. I'm like, if I don't get the, if I don't, I go electronic, which is probably.
I'm hearing this gentleman talk about FCI.
When I get the mail, I freeze it.
I hate to say it's not the only time I've heard similar problems with their billing practices. Not so much that, but like the auto payments, they don't take them out, or they take them out purposely late.
And if there's any way you can go back, or, I mean.
Yeah, we'll set you up on auto pay, but we'll take it out 2 weeks after it's due, so we could charge you a late fee.
Yeah.
They possibly
Mike, can I
have.
help you?
Oh no, I'm good, thank you.
Is the camera on?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
Do you mind just stepping out there then with your camera, please?
I respectfully decline.
Okay. All right. No worries. Thank you.
Also, everyone, this is your daily reminder. Make sure you stay hydrated. If you're going to be out there flexing your freedoms and protecting Americans' rights, bring a water. Or two. You drink that? I guess I did.
Hi.
Hello.
Can I just ask what you're videoing our lobby?
I'm working on a project.
Okay. Do you have permission to video the lobby?
Of course I do. I wouldn't be here without permission. I mean,
Okay.
that would be kind of silly, wouldn't it?
Well, it would. Who gave you permission?
The United States Postal Inspector.
The post inspector. Okay. Do you have a phone number for the inspector you talked to?
It's actually supposed to be right there on the wall next to poster 7. Unfortunately, it may be, but it's covered up by some missing children, which I understand is very important. But, you know, poster 7 does say the rules and regulations that for news media I am able to take recordings and photographs of all entryways, foyers, lobbies, so forth. And I'm just here doing it.
Okay.
I'm not going to be interfering with anybody, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day for the little bit that we're still open.
Am I on camera?
Yes, you are, man.
No, I don't want to be.
So listen.
Hour. There's nowhere to tuck, but good boy. Can't believe I forgot my watch.
I wish I had that much time on my hands.
Only one person working?
I don't think anybody's working.
Oh,
You all ran away.
She just came along.
No. Nope.
I love it. This is the kind of stuff your government employees are doing. They see somebody flexing their rights, and they run away.
I don't wanna be on camera, please don't do that.
Ma'am, I apologize, but you're from the second you leave your home every day, between ring cameras, street cameras, Teslas, and everywhere you go, you're on camera. From the second you leave your home, and
You gotta do something better with your time than this.
This is a business place.
What are you
I don't-
trying to do?
What is this about?
this is an exercise. No, sir. If you'd like, I'd gladly tell you what I'm doing.
Yeah, what is
This is an exercise in the First Amendment and protecting our freedoms. As citizens, we have
Being
a.
violated here.
What was that?
What freedoms are being violated here?
Well, we have freedom of the press, and freedom of the press says that we could go out and wherever it is that's in public, not in private, your home and places like that, private businesses do not count, where we're exercising our right to film. If you want to, in the United States, everybody, once you leave, and there's no expectation of privacy in public, and if you want to have privacy in public, you have to create it yourself.
Yeah, I had a friend who was supposed to be released,
Yeah, I was saying exactly that. I can talk to him back tonight,
Union. What is union?
you can form the Alright, I'll just, yeah, I think,
This place is getting busy. They don't have a clock on here in here. I think somebody just made a phone call and said, leave them alone. I don't know if anyone called the cops. I will, if police do show up, of course I will get that phone call. But I think they just called the postmaster or the postal inspector or the postmaster general, and they said, it's public.
that'd be great.
Alright, Scorsese, hope you have a good film.
I'm trying. The Oscar starts with one step.
Are you being held today? No? Were you waiting for a supervisor? No?
She doesn't want to be on camera.
No, okay,
I don't
I'm
want to be
just
on
trying to
camera.
figure out what's going on.
I don't care. I don't speak that.
I just don't want to be on the camera.
Oh, did that call her?
Civil penalties that you want to screen if you continue, anything with your project electrical, protection hazardous, looking at batteries, working with aerosols. Inspector Woolworth's then.
Thank you.
If you want, you can open that piece.
Freedom doggo.
I don't know if it makes it a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
Now, as we continue on our audit here, there are other post offices in Howell. There's one, I believe, in the Farmingdale area, and there's a teeny tiny old one for Adelphia, which is extremely northern Howell. But could have been better. Definitely could have been worse. So far so good. Although the one thing I do wish I had was Martin Scorsese's bank account balance. That would be amazing. If that was the case, I'd be in here with the 4K HD film crew with lights, the sound. Give it world-class production values, but still be doing the same thing. I'm just going to take a peek over here. Is it just me, or is this the only post office in America that doesn't have a clock in it?
412.
Thank you so much, sir. Normally they have a USPS themed clock. Now the other thing is, everyone, look, I don't know how many people still do this, but you should. My postman, my main postman, get him a Christmas gift this year, a holiday gift, whatever it is you want to call it. People, they take care of you 5 days a week, 52 weeks a year, except for a few major holidays. You know, take care of your garbage men or your sewer guy, whoever it is, the public workers that come to your home. Give them something for the holidays. Gift card, bottle of alcohol, whatever it is. Alright, people forgot that. And that definitely includes your postman or post lady if you have one of those. They're out there. They might not come out in the rain, the sun, and everything like their motto says, but they're out there still in the heat.
Yes, please.
And from what I've seen,
My father used to live in Candlewood, and then he moved.
they're almost
to
exclusively
Corporal,
great people.
Moved to Manchester, was having his nails
You have a few a-holes in every bunch,
he passed
but
away.
for the most part
So I
overall,
just make sure that his 13
these guys, these girls are pretty
his
solid.
bill is going forwarded to my address, and then I have to go to his new place and make sure it's the same thing. So I have all.
I used to come to this post office every day to empty the post office box, and like once every couple of weeks to refill a postage meter.
Questions for supervisor?
Gone are the days of the postage meter. Now it's like you print the label out.
Oh, okay.
You know, the one thing I am disappointed about truly is it doesn't seem our local post office got those new electric jobbers. Still got the old Grumman vehicles, which are fine. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I want to go take one of those new electric post vans for a ride. Don't ask me how, but I can. Hello.
It does not work at the online. I was doing that. He already did it. Whatever.
Everybody be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
The one said that I had to come to the office.
Did they give you any emails regarding?
This is a very peaceful audit compared to some of them that I've seen.
Something that, yeah, that would be something that's gonna be quicker, whereas scanning your IDs is gonna be going to that. Should be email with the barcode. If you can use it.
There goes a local Howell police officer. I don't know if he's stopped, if he's coming in, if he's dropping his mail off, or what have you. Here he comes. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we got 3 guys for a camera. Wow. 4 guys. Hi guys.
Hello, sir. How you doing today?
All right. How are you?
Good. So we got a call that you're recording the workers.
I am.
What's the reason for it?
Because I want to.
Because you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't have a reason. Recording them?
It's a day that ends in Y. I mean, I don't know what you're looking for here.
You're in
I
a
have-
federal building, and do you have permission from the postmaster?
I have permission from the postmaster, the postmaster general,
You do?
the Department of
All right.
Homeland
Who's the
Security.
postmaster here? They gave you permission.
But no, not this postmaster. The
Who's the
postmaster.
postmaster here that gave you
The
permission?
postmaster that gave me permission. Not only that, it's written on the wall over there that says I'm allowed to take photographs and videos. Would you like to go see it?
All right. So what's your first name?
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. Would you like to go see what the rules and regulations are? Maybe you could open up so this way they don't cover them like they're not supposed to. Because right next to that rules and regulations of the post office, they have a memo that was put out by DHS and by the Postmaster General of the United States in 2018 that was sent to them in 2020. It's supposed to be posted conspicuously on their bulletin board that says people taking photographs and films in the post office are essentially to be left alone. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. The rules say that I'm allowed to. I believe this gentleman's trying to get in and drop a box off. But I'm not bothering anybody. I'm staying out of the way. And I'm here.
I understand that, but like I said, it's a little concerning when,
What?
just like the other officer said, you're in a federal building.
I know it's a public building. You know, certainly I understand that I cannot do this in private. Cannot do this in people's homes. And if I was to try in private, somebody was to ask me to leave, obviously I have to leave, otherwise I'd be considered trespassing and so forth. But this is a public building and I'm well within my rights. Not only am I well within my rights, they even said so. It's written on the wall over there.
Where's it written on the wall?
I'd like to show you. Let's go take a peek and I'll gladly show you. A little disconcerting, 3 officers for a guy with a camera though. Now, I'm not going to open it because it's not my post office, but right behind here, let's say right there on this piece of paper behind there, it says rules and regulations governing conduct. There's a little paragraph that says specifically about taking photographs and pictures and films on post office property. If you'd like to open that or ask them to open it, you know, I'd gladly love to show you. I'm not trying to give you guys a hard time. I'm not trying to do anything that I'm not allowed to do. Mm-hmm. All right, and like I said, they put it here to take a lot of the.
Would you go back? The postmaster's back there, and one of the workers is back there as well. If you want,
Yeah.
Can you ask them to open up this case? How you doing today?
Good, man. How are you?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
What's your dog's name?
Oliver.
Oliver. How old?
Oliver's going to be actually 10 at the end of October.
It's good for 10.
Thank you. He's my little service doggo. He helps keep me upright. Unfortunately, I fell off a ladder a long time ago and got this really screwed up rare nerve disease. And, you know, similar to like a diabetic dog and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's able to detect flare-ups before I get them.
Right.
And he gave me my life back.
So, what do you used to do?
Security, burglar alarms, fire alarms, cameras.
Like installing and stuff?
Sales, service, installation.
Yeah. That was that your own company or
No,
were you working for somebody?
family company. I work for them. You know, I work with my family.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I just took a spill off a ladder.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's something I had done 50,000 times before.
Right, of course.
You know, and it was like the ladder wasn't broken or anything like that. It was just a freak accident, and well, here I am, and I'm just out to, you know, rights are like muscles. If you don't, rights are like muscles. If you don't use them, you lose them. And one person's rights doesn't trump another person's rights, especially when it's written on their wall that says, I can do it. Oh, it's actually open.
How long have you been doing the First Amendment stuff?
Not too long.
Not too long.
Not too long.
Something you just got into recently?
I took some time off. I had some medical setbacks, so I couldn't really be out there.
Yeah.
You know, I got my good days like today. I got my bad days. I'm in my wheelchair, and unfortunately, because it's a nerve disease, it's not like, you know, I broke my back, I broke my neck, or anything that's very clear cut.
Right.
It's kind of hard to treat.
Complicated.
You know, again, if you'd like, I was telling the other officer, right about here, behind this piece of paper, there's the actual rules and regulations as far as taking photographs and films and stuff on postal property grounds.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm not allowed to go into the restricted areas behind the counter, into their little fenced-in area over there.
So the other officer is handling this. We're just here just to make sure everything's cool.
Got it.
I'll tell you this. The problem isn't that you're here taking video. The postmaster, I spoke to the postmaster. She said that she posted that notice and that you do have the freedom of speech to be here and photograph or video. The problem is, and the reason why we were called here, is because there's a specific postal worker that claims that you were videotaping her outside, and then when she came inside, that you had the camera focus specifically on her, and you made her uncomfortable. She has personal rights, just like you have personal rights. She feels like she's been harassed, and now what this is we're going to do an investigation for harassment.
Okay, well, let me interject.
No, you're not going to interject.
Well, I can, because first let me show you.
She's claimed
this has
that-
been on wide
I don't know why
angle
you're
the
cutting
whole
me
time.
off.
This has been on wide angle the whole time.
Why are you cutting me off?
Because I'll save you a lot of time.
You're not saving me any time because I have to explain it to you.
Okay, explain it to me.
Right? They called us here. She's technically a victim based on what she's reporting. You're a
She's
suspect.
a victim. I'm a suspect. Have you ever heard the term "there's no expectation of privacy in public"? And have you ever heard the term like the plain view doctrine? See, I'm allowed to be here, and she's a government employee.
Right.
If I wanted to be,
She still has rights even though she's a government employee.
no, she doesn't have the right to not be filmed.
She doesn't have a right.
No, not here when she's working. No, she doesn't have the right not to be filmed. I guarantee you, she will not have the right to be filmed. I will take that ride with you. All right, to show you that
If
she.
you felt harassed by somebody else and you called us for help, wouldn't you expect us to help you?
If the law says that I'm doing nothing wrong, I'm not harassing her. Her feelings don't trump my rights. They don't. You could feel however you want about me, all right, and about your other officer and about
Your
the lady
right
who
to
just
free
walked.
Speech ends at the point where you infringe on someone else's rights to be free from harassment.
But she is free from harassment. She could create her own privacy. There is no expectation of privacy in public, and this is a public place. It's no different than I could sit there, I could take a video of anybody in there, and there's nothing they could do about it. If they want to protect their privacy and create their own privacy, by all means. But as far as harassment, I hate to say it, and with believe me, with no disrespect at all intended. I triple dog dare you to
Well, you
pursue
don't
that.
dare me to do anything because that's unnecessary.
Well,
But I'm giving you the courtesy of explaining to you why we're here.
And I
what's
appreciate
been
it.
reported to us.
I appreciate
and
it.
why we're here speaking.
I appreciate it. Unfortunately,
Do you care about the way that they feel or their concerns here?
not when they're doing a job I'm paying them for now. But the second it's 5 o'clock and they're closing up and I'm done, I'm not going to record them going to their personal car. I don't care about them in their personal cars. I'm not going to follow them around.
Say anything about their personal
No, I'm just telling you. Once 5 o'clock hits, or whenever this place, 4:30 or 5. I think it's 5 o'clock. Whenever 5 o'clock hits, this recording stops. It goes away, like completely away, and that's that. I don't care who's back there. I don't care if it's a guy, a girl, snuffleupagus, Barack Obama. Don't make a difference to me. They do not have any expectation of privacy. They are doing a government job in a government building in public. If I was going up there saying, "Hey, you stupid bee," and everything, being really disorderly and stuff like that, totally different story. I would sit there and say, "Okay, look, I deserve it, whatever." But simply taking a picture, nah. You know that I have the freedom of the press, the First Amendment.
You have freedom of press?
Yeah. Freedom of press. That's why I'm here. I'm not speaking to anybody.
Who do you work for? Your press?
I'm an independent journalist.
Okay.
All right, and I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not fighting with anybody. A couple people did ask me questions. I kindly explained to them. No one raised their voice. All right, a gentleman who was here when I first walked in, who I believe was talking with the lady that you're referring to.
Who do you think we're referring to?
There was only a guy and a girl behind the counter, and the girl had long hair. It was like reddish blondish. I don't know what you want to call it.
Was there any interaction between you guys? Or
She had just asked me if I'm recording. I said yes. She had asked me if I would stop, and I said I respectfully declined, and that was it. About 3 minutes later, I'm assuming the manager on duty or whatever it is, the supervisor on duty came out, asked what I was doing. I explained to her that I'm doing a First Amendment protected activity. I explained to her that I do have permission and that it's written on the wall over here that I'm allowed to be here. She said, "Okay, thank you." And that was that. I figured they went in the back for about 5 minutes, and I kind of figured they went and either looked for the thing on the wall that's supposed to be posted conspicuously, specifically about people like me, all right, or they called somebody and that somebody said, "Leave them alone." All
Well,
right.
they called us to look into it just to make sure that you're on the up and up and that you're not here for any nefarious purposes.
I mean no ill will or intent towards anybody. I'm just a guy here taking pictures.
Did you get anything else while you're back there besides what we talked about?
No.
No. Okay. You did turn that around. You said it's been on wide angle the entire time.
Yeah, I'm
In
not
order-
not zooming in. I'm not trying to get credit cards or people's address.
And you're saying you're not specifically harassing her or specifically videotaping her in any way?
I'm not trying to specifically videotape anybody.
It's just wide angle in general.
This is about the entire place, all right? Like, before I came in, I took a little walk around the side there, and I videotaped the sign, so I thought it was funny. They had the no parking sign, and they had the one sign that says, "Definitely for no reason park here," or whatever it says. For no reason. It was a joking kind of no parking sign they put up. And I came in here. All right? If I caught any employees outside, that was unintentional. I took some shots at the outside of the building, just like I would at any other place. And if I caught somebody then, it's unintentional. But
Well, apparently you caught her attention while you were outside. And
Oh,
then when you showed up inside, then obviously it raised her suspicions and got her nervous.
Again, you guys as officers of the law are supposed to stand for my rights and sit there and say, "Ma'am, public photography is not a crime."
Unfortunately, in the world we live in today.
Don't give me this.
We don't-
Don't give me this.
I'm
in this
sure
day
you
and age.
understand what I'm talking
But
about.
please,
You have no
officer,
idea who's
I
who or what
understand
you're
that
doing.
things happened 23 years ago with 2001. It's a little too long in the tooth to be saying in this day and age with all this.
This day
We're
and age.
on camera.
These
all
things
right.
happen every day. I'm not talking about.
Okay,
23
well,
years ago.
we're on camera everywhere. I could go sit there if I wanted to. I could go get however long they have stored video of that woman sitting doing her job every day, and she can't do boo about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just like I'm going to sit here and I could do whatever I want with this video. Of course, I have no ill will or intent towards these people. I have no malicious intent towards these people.
Everything you're saying sounds great.
Yeah.
You said it's wide angle. It's been wide angle the entire time.
You got it.
Can you prove that? That
Yeah.
you weren't specifically zoomed in on her?
Absolutely.
Okay.
absolutely. You're more than free in a few days after this is published, because it will be published under Howell Post Office, to go free and look at it.
All right.
I'm not going to stop my recording to play it
So
back.
we can't see what you were recording, and you can prove that you specifically weren't harassing this woman and purposely videotaping just her?
And with all due respect and no offense, not only won't I
don't take offense to it.
I don't have to, and I'm not going to.
Okay.
All right. Again, there is no ill will.
You want to just give a buzz to the super and just give them the situation,
Yep.
and we'll let them make the decision, and that'll be that.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
I don't know what decision there is to make, but just realize that you guys are well aware that the rules saying that I'm allowed to videotape here are on the wall. You even said it yourself that I'm allowed to photograph in public and then photograph in the post office. Angle's not that wide. I can't get both of you. So again, no crime, can't be a victim.
Well, that's the thing. And if you could take yourself out of your shoes for 1 second and look at it from our shoes, there is a potentially alleged crime, and we can't just turn around and walk away. We still have to do our due diligence and make sure that everything's cool.
If you don't know that there is no expectation of privacy,
I didn't say that.
well, if there's no expectation of privacy, then not to say I did, because I didn't, but even if I had zoomed in and walked right up to her, short of sticking the camera in her face, still.
You don't think that would fall under harassing somebody?
No, that would fall under public
asking
that would
general
fall under
person.
public photography, and that would risk your qualified immunity. All right, because it's been well documented in this state alone, let alone.
I asked you the question about
Okay. Well, no, I understand.
I meant as a general human.
I understand.
A male following a female that does not.
I'm not. Come on, let's call it what it is. I'm not
That's what-
following her down a dark alley or
That's
on a
the-
secluded
I didn't
street.
say you were. I said that's the information we
I
get.
know.
But you wouldn't perceive that as a third party.
Well, let me ask you a question. If I came into headquarters,
Mhm.
all right, I know you guys probably got the smoke mirror at the dispatch deck, but let's just say you don't have the smoke glass there. And I took my camera and there's a female dispatcher there, and I stuck the camera there and I started recording her. You think she could say that I'm harassing her?
I think that's a different circumstance. Than we're
Why?
talking about. As a random female walking around a public parking lot versus somebody who's working in a police department. That's not a little bit
No,
different.
I could sit out there and I could take
I
pictures of
know
her.
you can, and no
And
one has
and you
said-
want to know something? If I really wanted to, I'm not going to. But if I really wanted to, and I knew that she was a postal employee, and I knew that she called you guys, I could wait here till 5 o'clock, follow her out to her car and get a license plate, or I could just go get every license plate there and let the computer figure it all out. I'm not going to do that. That's not what this is about, as I said. All right. If she feels bad, she needs to be educated and told that public photography is not a crime, and that if she doesn't want to be filmed potentially, that not to work for a government agency. Because I can go into, believe me, next week I'm going to City Hall down the road, and we'll have this conversation all over again.
Good chance. Yeah.
All right, and we're going to do it because all I'm looking to do is either one or two things: be left alone so I could do what I need to do, or if you really feel compelled to, give me the standing I need, and I'll gladly attach myself to everybody's pension involved.
So you're looking for a payout.
No, I really just want. Honestly, 100%.
Yeah.
I
mean,
just want to be left alone. I just want to be left alone. Like I
That's
said,
not really what you just said.
no, I'm sitting there. If you want to violate my rights, I'm going to.
Well, that's typically the MO, right?
No, the typical MO is to sit here and again, the perfect audit. Because I just did one in New Egypt.
Yeah.
I went to the bank. I went everywhere, post office, everywhere. They did perfect.
Yeah.
All right. The only officer interaction I had was he stopped traffic and turned his lights on, so because it make it easier. I was using my crutches last week, so I made it a little bit easier. Other than that, that's the only interaction. All right. And not only that, last time I checked, harassment, that's a civil matter.
No, it's indictable.
It's
Depending
indictable?
Depending
Okay.
on the circumstances. And again, a lot of harassment is a lot of the interpretation of the victim.
Again, I'll take that ride.
And again, none of us here have accused you of that. I'm just saying from.
I know you haven't, but see, this should have been quashed, and you guys could have just said, ma'am, all right, he's not purposely photographing you,
Right.
and that he's allowed to be here and do what he's doing, and that would have been that. But here it is. We got
But
three.
we don't know. We don't know what. We want to take your word for it, but we don't know.
Okay.
It's not like I'm going to take your phone and like
Well, you
look
can
at
say-
it or anything like that. That's not going to happen.
Well, I understand that,
But
but
the whole reason why we're still waiting here is just to get the word from the boss that, yep, based on the totality of the circumstances,
Who
like I
would-
said,
who would the boss be?
videotaping outside, the videotaping in here, the girl saying that she feels like she's harassed and it was specifically on her. Those are the extenuating circumstances.
Who
the
would
only
the
reason
boss
why we're
be?
still here.
which boss are you talking about?
Talking about Sergeant Austin right now, and he's contacting a higher authority than ourselves.
I think before he makes his decision, Sergeant or the Lieutenant better get in a vehicle and come down here. All right, excuse me for a second, gentlemen. I am just going to do one thing. I left my drink in there. I'm going to go grab it.
I can go get it for you. You can stay here.
I could go grab it myself. Excuse me, you're physically using force on me.
I said to stay here.
Under what
pushing
law?
against me.
Under what law? You're using force on me.
Stay over here. We're here for. We got
So
called
excuse
here
me,
for a
you're
reason.
using
Please.
force on me.
Please,
Go get your lieutenant here right now.
sir.
Go get your lieutenant.
I asked you to please stay over there.
You have no right to hinder my path. You have
I asked
no
you to
right.
please stay over
Is
there
your body
because I called
camera
here
on?
for a reason. Yes, it is.
Okay. You have no right to
There's
hinder
your
my
drink.
path. I'd like the explanation for the use of force.
I asked you to stay over there. You refused.
What law did I break? Was that a legal command?
Yes, sir, because you're detained.
Yeah,
right
it was
now.
illegal.
I'm detained?
We're here for a reason.
Investigative detention.
For what
I
crime?
already explained the
We're
entire
investigating-
situation.
I'm detained right now.
For an investigative detention.
No.
We don't know.
Am I detained right now or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
For what crime?
We're figuring it all out.
I told you. We're
See
just
ya.
waiting on a quick phone call, and that's it.
See ya.
Sir, please.
You can't sit there and tell somebody they're detained and you're gonna figure it
You know
out.
what investigative detention is, sir?
There's people
Yes,
wanna
that
come in
means
here
that
and
there's
do
a
business,
suspicion
sir.
of a
You're blocking
crime.
their
There
path.
is.
Uh,
There is.
There's
No,
people
there
who want
isn't.
to come in here behind you and do business. You're blocking.
Okay, that certainly I don't want to block.
I don't-
I'm not intending to block anyone.
Listen, we're not trying to create any problems.
You just used force on me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. So if I go up and I start pushing on you, what are you gonna do?
You weren't pushing on me.
Your arm was making contact with me. You have.
You were pushing into me.
I was. Are you on drugs? Are you on drugs? I was pushing into you. I say I am using
I asked you
my.
to stop. You said no.
You don't
Stepped
have the
in
right
front
to
of
tell
you.
me to stop.
I asked you to stop again. You then pushed into me and continued walking.
You
into
think
me.
those stripes
I'm
mean
not
anything?
making this anything bigger than it needs to be, and you shouldn't either. I already told you. Exactly how
You
everything's
used
going.
force on me unjustifiably.
What force did I use on you?
You pushed me several times.
You pushed me farther than anything. I didn't push you back.
Excuse me, if his camera showed I pushed you and his camera showed I pushed you, you know where I'd be right now? In handcuffs. So you know that's a bunch of bullshit.
That's not where we're trying to go with
All right,
this.
I'll tell you what.
We're treating you with
I'm gonna
the
go out-
utmost respect.
I'm gonna go outside and continue to film. I want the lieutenant here. No, not the sergeant. I want the lieutenant. Dan. This officer pushes into people and then says that he didn't use force. You're really not that smart, are you?
I don't know why you couldn't just listen. I asked you to stay where you were.
Because I don't have to. Until I commit a crime, you don't have to tell
You're
me
under
what.
investigation for harassment right now. We haven't gotten to the point where we've ruled you out and said that you're good to go.
If you harass me for harassment, that would be the last mistake you
I
make
never
as a
said I was
police.
arresting you for it. I said you're under investigation for it.
And what do you?
right
Okay.
now,
And what
you're
do you
in
think's
our
going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? If he says I harassed the person, what do you think's going to happen? What's the next step after that?
He who?
If the sergeant or whoever says that I harassed the person,
That's not the decision the sergeant's making.
what's he
right now.
making?
I told you.
I
Calling
cla-
somebody else to clarify everything that's going on here, the information that he's been provided. He's going to call back.
How you doing? I'm the installation head.
Okay.
He's allowed to be here.
Yeah.
The only thing is he can't, be where the customers, for credit card purposes.
Yeah.
But otherwise, he's more than welcome to be here.
We've already established that.
Okay.
And
And am I also
we were
allowed to
talking
film your
about
employees
that.
in the course of their duties? In the course of their duties.
I mean, I'm not the one who called the police.
I understand.
She's the one who called the police. I explained to her that, you were allowed to be here.
And did you also explain to her that DHS and the United States Postmaster sent a memo out in 2018, also resent in 2020, that's supposed to be posted conspicuously, that postal employees in the postal station are supposed to leave me alone?
Correct.
All right? And that not to bother me, not to interact with me, and not to pretend I'm not there. But yet I have 1, 2, 3 police officers here telling me that I potentially harassed the person because they want to sit there and do it. And this officer used force on me and tells...
harassed anybody. I said it was alleged that you harassed them and that there's a person there that feels like her rights were violated too.
She doesn't have the right.
Represent everybody.
She doesn't have the right. Her boss just told you she doesn't have the right while she's here.
I didn't necessarily say that. I can't control how she feels. You know what I mean?
I'm not asking you to control how she feels.
That's the bottom line. You're more than welcome to be here. I do apologize for everything that has happened here.
I appreciate it.
You are allowed
because
to be
you
here.
seem completely reasonable. All right. And again, I thought these were cool. You know, I explained to her what was going on, and I assumed when they went in the back that they called whomever. Maybe it was you. Maybe it was somebody higher up. Maybe it was an 800 number to call in case of. I don't know. All right. And they came out 5 minutes later. I thought everything was cool. Then I got 3 officers here, plus another one that was over there just in case, I guess I ran out of here.
Right.
I don't know what it was. And I got officers that don't understand what public photography is, that don't understand that her comfort while she's doing a government job in a government building is irrelevant. All right? If I don't go up there and say, hey, you stupid bee, and start, you know, if I ain't jamming my camera in her face or anything like that, that's not harassment.
Just in that second door, you know, we probably like you to stay outside that second door only because of the credit card situation.
And I wasn't filming any credit card. I had this on wide angle, and I purposely don't go up near the counter so that this way I don't get any addresses or credit card information. You know,
like I said, I do apologize for all this, and on behalf of the Postal Service,
I really do
am
appreciate
sorry that this did happen.
What's your name?
My name is Scott.
Scott. Don.
Nice to meet you, Don.
Nice to meet you too. I'm sorry that we had to meet under such unfortunate circumstances.
Yes, me too.
All right, but we all know what the rules are. All right, and unfortunately, I guess we have another rogue postal employee. Now, you guys are not the feelings police. You're law enforcement, not feelings enforcement.
We have to do our due diligence. We have to investigate everything that comes towards us and make sure that everything's cool. And that's what we're doing. We would do the same thing for you if you called us and said someone else was harassing you. We would extend it all the way out. We would do everything we can to make sure that it was handled correctly. And that's all we're asking from you. Give us the time to make sure it's handled correctly. That's it.
I'm not going anywhere, but...
And you asked for a supervisor. Supervisor's on the way out.
Awesome.
Are we good here?
You and I, we're good.
Thank you, sir.
Have a wonderful weekend, my friend. I'm sorry for... I'm not trying to blow smoke in your face.
Okay.
Here we go with feelings enforcement. Well, I guess while we're here, might as well go take a tour. I promise you I'm not running away. Car number 29. $27. Oh my God, they got legal freaking. I'll polarize it later.
Sir, you're not allowed to take video of that screen.
Of course I am. Of course I am. What crime is that? What crime is taking pictures? What crime is that?
Do you have access to the CGIS network?
No, I see it's in plain view. Remember? Plain view? Oh yes it does. If you pulled me over, I had a gun in the car, believe me, it would be how it worked. No, absolutely. I don't carry any firearms. I'm just saying if I had one.
Step away from the car. It's my responsibility to keep you away from that car. From that screen.
Use force on me again. Use
Sir?
force. I dare you. I dare you.
I just asked you.
And I told you that I'm allowed to.
It's like you're trying to get in trouble for something. Please stop.
I'm allowed to do it.
Please step out of my way.
Are you going to use force again? Push it on me again?
Please step out of my way right now.
I don't have to.
Sir, this has nothing to do with you filming anything at this point now.
This
I'm
is-
asking you to step out of my
this
way
is-
so I can get to my car.
Oh,
Thank
there you go, pushing into me again.
It's my
You
responsibility.
better learn to control yourself.
It's my responsibility to keep you from seeing anything on that screen. So I'm coming here to shut that screen off, and you're preventing me from getting to it. That's what the problem
Plain
was.
view
Knock it off.
doctrine. I don't have to knock anything off. Let's see. He had the opportunity to go over there. Didn't he? Run. Can you beat the cripple over to your computer? Got it. Too late. And you're gonna learn to keep your hands off people. Not you, ma'am, I'm sorry. You're gonna learn to keep your hands off people.
Sir, you put your hand up to block me from getting in my car.
I put my hand on my publicly funded police car. I have a police car fetish. It stimulates me. But I can at least make somebody laugh. I'm just gonna go over here so we're not blocking the door.
Just so we're clear, we're not preventing you from going in there. Obviously,
Oh, no,
just
no,
told-
no.
The representative just told you you can be in there.
I completely understand. All right, we're beyond this now. We're gonna learn about use of force, whether you think it's applicable or not.
There was no force used, sir.
You can't touch me. Do you not understand that? You cannot touch me, just like I cannot touch you. You can't. You can't say it was accidental. You can't say somebody bumped into you and you bumped into me. You used force. You pushed me and tried to give me a line of bullshit that I walked into you. All right? You impeded my freedom of walk, my freedom of travel. You can't get involved. The guy told you.
I'm already involved. We got called here.
The guy told you.
This is an investigation.
The guy told
We're
you I'm
here.
allowed to be in there, and you're still getting in my way.
How you doing, sir?
Not very good. How you doing, Sergeant?
I'm all right. Sergeant Austin, how can I help you today?
Well, first of all, Sergeant, thank you for coming.
Of course.
All right. We have a little bit of confusion here. First, your officers don't understand what public photography is and that it's legal.
Okay.
Second, they're telling me that they're waiting to see about harassment because a government employee working in a government building who these officers were told by their boss that it's perfectly legal for me to be here and film them. We're still sitting here doing this thing about her harassment charge, number one. Number two, this officer used force. And I want to sit there and I want to file a complaint because whether he thinks the force it was insignificant or not,
Okay.
he can't put his fingers on it. He can't look at his hands on me, and he sure as hell can't touch me. He can't push me away from his police car. And it's up to him, just as it's up to anyone else in there, if they want privacy to create themselves. Under the Plainview Doctrine, if their computer's open, I'm allowed to film it. He's not allowed to tell me to get out of the way or push me out of the way to do so. He's not allowed to tell me that I can't go get my drink after being told. Because he had already been told at that point that I'm allowed to be in the inner sanctum of the post office.
Right.
All right. That he impeded my path. All right. He pushed against me and then tries with this
Did I
bullshit.
ask you several times to stop and go back to
Under
where you
what
were?
under what law do you have the ability or right to give me that
We were still in
order?
the middle of our investigation, sir. I asked you. We were very polite with you the entire time. It's not like we're rude.
You had already been told, in fact.
So,
you had already been told
Sir,
at that
can I-
point after, and this was after you'd been told that I'm allowed to be in there.
Sir, can I speak for a second?
Absolutely.
Obviously, I don't know what transpired out here. I just got out here. If you want to file a formal complaint, I can take whatever information you're willing to give me. I'll
Yep.
forward that to Internal Affairs. We're all wearing body cameras.
I know.
Internal Affairs will review it, and then they can communicate with you, or we can address it internally.
I'll deal with internal affairs on Monday because I got a feeling that I have to come to the police station and try this all over again. I told the officers next week I'm going to the municipal building.
Okay.
I don't want to go through the same harassment.
Okay.
If it is a government building,
Understood.
I am allowed to be there. No, I'm not allowed to wave it in their face, and I'm not allowed to use foul language and call them names and all those stuff.
Right.
That's not what I'm here.
So do you want to file a complaint with me now, or are you going to do it by yourself in person on
I'm
Monday?
going to do it with the internal affairs office because
Okay.
here's the problem.
His name's Lieutenant Revelak. That's who you're
Lieutenant Revelak?
Revelak. That's who you're going to want to speak
Because
to. Right?
it's not so much a problem; it's the process. You guys, when you have your time later, end of shift, you're gonna go put your information in the CAD report,
Right.
and it's gonna take them a few days to download the cameras and all that other stuff.
It takes minutes.
Okay, it'll take at least till Monday for the records department to be open to have access to the CAD reports and so forth.
Right.
So on Monday, I'm gonna come to the police station. I'll
Okay.
get that information. I'll file my Oprah.
That's fine.
All right, because I doubt while they may be able to, I really doubt that they'll be able to give me the camera information.
Well, they would need to redact certain things and
exactly.
stuff. So they would need.
I don't think that they'd be able to give me the body camera footage on at that moment.
Right.
But I will make an appointment, or if the lieutenant's there,
Okay.
I'll do it.
What's your plan for the rest of the day? You going to stay here?
I am literally going to move about 5 feet back that way
Okay.
and continue recording.
Okay.
And that's it. I did my thing in there. All right. This officer needs to learn how to control himself and keep his hands to himself.
Again, I don't know what happened out here, so I'm not going to speak on that.
I understand.
But,
essentially, I'm going to be here. I think they said they close at 5 p.m.
Okay.
At 5 p.m., I'm shutting this down as I promised the officer. My thing here is not with the employees themselves.
Right.
If they cause a problem or they directly interact with me, of course I'm going to record them.
Okay.
But other than that, it's not with the employees themselves.
Obviously, you just know you can't impede anybody's walking. You can't impede anybody
Well,
going in and out of the building.
I know that. I don't believe your corporal here knows that.
Okay.
But yes, I do understand that.
All right.
And I'm telling you, at 5:01, the recording gets stopped.
Okay.
Or excuse me, 5 o'clock, the recording gets stopped. I have no interest in them. Like I said, while I could follow that employee out and go get a license plate and everything, I'm not about that.
Okay.
That is not the point of being here.
Is there anything else we can help you with today, as of this point?
Yes, there's one other thing you could do.
What can I do for you?
I want all 4 of you to have a nice, very safe weekend.
I appreciate it.
I hope you don't have to deal with too many knuckleheads. All right, and that's it.
All right, I appreciate it. I appreciate your time. All right.
Thank you.
All right, sir. You have a good day.
As I said, I'm coming back here, and that's it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So there we have it. 3+ and then a supervisor after. All because a rogue postal employee that has been told I'm allowed to be here and film her called the cops. Now, what do you think we're going to do about that one? And then I have a corporal from the Howell Police Department putting his hands on me twice, pushing me out of the way and impeding my path. All right, but it's okay for them to do. You see where there's a problem with this? All right. I'm not looking for a payout, but these motherfuckers are so stupid, they just can't help themselves. You do. This guy's fucking cooked. I didn't push on you. I didn't impede your path. Man, that clown needs to lose his stripes. I can't believe that fool actually wanted my ID. Who gave you permission to do that? Postal inspector? Which postal inspector? The head postal inspector. The postmaster general. Bitch. Try and infringe on my rights. Those new mail trucks yet? I only say that because I was out west about 3 weeks ago, and I guess that's when